All right, should we talk a little bit about Twitter? Because I don't know if you know this, but Elon Musk bought Twitter. I don't know if you heard that news a couple weeks ago.
I'm on that one. Thanks.
So Elon Musk bought Twitter. His whole goal, of course, was to make it a free speech platform, a town hall, a community where he was going to open source the code. He was going to reveal what was been going on this platform, and he wanted to make it the place where everyone would have a chance to speak. Obviously, given the laws, you're still not going to say things that are, could put somebody in prison, etc. But that was his intention, it seemed.
Unless you're Chrissy Teigen. She actually told people on Twitter
or Alex Jones, which we'll, I guess, talk about in that.
Right. She actually, during the riot, said, go out and get in legal trouble and I will help pay for your defense. That actually is someone inciting violence. Right. You can do that if you are her.
There's a bunch of Antifa people that did as well during some of the
So that's okay. Violence. Some violence is okay.
So
but violence from who is the question that we're asking.
Yeah, exactly. Like what is okay violence, I guess, for these platforms?
Who can say violent things?
So here's Kyle Becker. Earlier today, he asked, he asked Elon if Elon Musk were actually the right-wing boogeyman these spoiled lefto journalists pretend he is, and he decided to turn the tables and ban all left-wing fake news from Twitter, there would be nothing left for them to publish. It's a funny take, right? Like if Elon Musk just flipped the tables and suddenly he just banned all of the misinformation that's coming out of the Associated Press. Remember that story last week where they told us that Russia fired missiles into Poland? Remember that almost got us into World War III?
No one was, they didn't get taken off of Twitter for that.
They didn't get taken off Twitter for that. There's still all sorts of COVID-related information up there from left-wing news organizations that's just patently false. But, they didn't take that down over the lifespan of Twitter. Now, remember, Elon Musk just got put in charge here about 2 weeks ago. So that was a funny thing from Kyle. Now, Elon Musk responded to Kyle's tweet and said this: as is obvious to all but the media, there is not one permanent ban on even the most far-left account spouting utter lies. So he's gone through the code. He's gone through the accounts. He's had his team look at this. And there's not one far left-wing Twitter account that's been banned, news organization or otherwise, for spouting lies on Twitter. Zero. And Dinesh D'Souza asked that question. Dinesh D'Souza, who's a conservative who used to work in the Reagan administration, of course, a filmmaker now. I've interviewed him a number of times. It's usually around conservative films that he's been putting out. He did the 2000 Mules movie. I think he was banned. I think he wasn't allowed to publish anything about 2000 Mules on Twitter, Dinesh D'Souza. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But here is Dinesh asking Elon this question. We don't hear much about Democrats and leftists being let back on Twitter. Why, he says? Because they were never kicked off in the first place. Their lies and misinformation simply escaped all scrutiny. Censorship has deployed as a one-way operation against conservatives, Elon. And Elon wrote back, correct.
Okay. The first response is, you knew it, but to see it in black and white, it is crazy that only one side of a conversation is being punished and not another.
Yeah.
That does not make it a conversation.
Yeah.
I just sent you a tweet that came out from just a little bit ago from Eric Weinstein, asking if they can get an audit for how much the manipulators controlled, distorted the world's online conversations by throttling bots, shadow banning, etc., and general dirty tricks for years. This question isn't going away. The graph below, and he shows a graph. And then Elon responds, it has been really bad. Far left San Francisco, Berkeley views have been propagated to the world via Twitter. I'm sure this comes as no surprise to anyone watching closely. Twitter is moving rapidly to establish an even playing field. No more thumb on the scale. Oh, you got that, yeah.
Wow.
So he's admitting that things that they find as unfavorable are being throttled.
Right.
Through through what channels does he say, especially? Throttling bots. Oh, shadow
using
banning. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to do with, because when I hear throttle, I think it's ISP related, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
So Elon also tweeted out something that he found in a closet at Twitter HQ, Twitter headquarters. They were going through. I love that this was. This is like the hidden treasure, like buried in the walls. So today, stay woke. The hashtag stay woke was trending, and you wonder why it was trending. It was because of what Elon found in the closets at Twitter HQ.
We are at the merch thing, and there's an entire closet full of
secret closet
of hashtag woke t-shirts.
Hashtag stay woke. Hashtag stay woke t-shirts and hoodies that you can get at the Twitter headquarters.
Worn by poor children in, third
you're
world
gonna see
countries.
That he posted later then?
No,
That said, stay at work.
Stay at work. I like that. Yeah, you're right about that. You're going to see those sweatshirts floating. Like you're going to see the like videos of kids like in Uganda, where like we send all of our like recycling materials and all of like the shirts and stuff that break apart and get recycled. You're going to see all these kids walking around like in Africa wearing stay woke shirts.
Yeah.
Not because they care they're just because they need a shirt.
I feel like the word has been turned into a pejorative now that nobody would want that shirt. Maybe you would want it in the middle of 2020 when it meant to support race riots. But I don't know now if anybody would want that shirt.
Yeah, I think it was like, it was born out of the 70s, but yeah, then it was, co-opted. So it was like.
But in modern context.
In modern context, it means, support looting and burning of buildings, basically.
Well, I think now it means mindless support of it's blue MAGA, mindless support of a
Yeah, it's
cause.
mindless support of an ideology.
Right.
Yeah.
Without critical thinking is how I think of it right now. I'm not sure that everybody feels that way, but I would be surprised if someone said to me, yes, I am woke. I feel good about that.
Yeah. So you have this Jack Dorsey thing in here as well.
Yeah. I mean, I remind you, or we remind you, how Twitter has been punishing people. This is from October of 2020, when the New York Post Twitter account was pulled down for publishing news about Hunter Biden, specifically the laptop story. And Twitter flagged it and said it violated their terms of service for distributing hacked materials, which is interesting. And they did not let them back onto their own Twitter account until they pulled that story back down. And they punished other people who were sharing it. This is the most egregious, I think, but only one of many narratives that we could point out. Who's been harmed for saying what,
right,
or doing what, or even a lot of times, I'm afraid to even interact with certain tweets that I agree with, but I feel like if I put a heart on this puts a target on my back. And so I'm going to, and it's scary.
So in our Rumble chat here, D. Crocker Jr. says domestic terrorist Adam Kinzinger made terroristic threats against a Twitter user. Yeah, that happened. Also, we had Wyatt Reed on the show. Wyatt Reed, independent journalist, who was in Donbass when his hotel was bombed by the Ukrainian army. And if he had been there a minute earlier, he would have been killed. And he tweeted about the attack on the hotel, and a Democratic member of Congress, or I think she was running for Congress from Illinois or Illinois, I believe, tweeted, "Oh, I wish you would have been there a minute earlier."
Yes, that is
What?
Wishing somebody bodily harm.
Right. Then she deleted the tweet, but nothing came of that tweet from that Democrat at all. Nothing. She wasn't deplatformed. If a conservative had said that, ooh, look out.
Yeah. I saw a Twitter bio today. This woman said that she was politically homeless because she doesn't have a party. She feels like, and so
A political party.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe she has lots of parties.
Yeah, Molly Myers. Yeah.
Okay. And I was thinking, I feel aligned in that way. I don't feel any, alignment towards any one party. And so where do I fall on this? Because I feel like I'm caught in the crosshairs that I don't want to behave any which way on social media. And that's a spiral of silence.
Yeah, it's really, really sad. Let us know your thoughts on this in the chat below. We have a daily newsletter we'd love for you to subscribe to. It's redacted.inc. If you go to the website, you just put in your email there. Redacted.inc is not .com, it's .inc. We had about 1,000 of you sign up yesterday, so welcome to all of our new email subscribers. Again, it's redacted.inc right there on your screen. Grab our free newsletter. And when you put in your email address, you'll receive a welcome email. You have to verify your email address. Please, you have to go to your junk folder or spam. I think Google has labeled us dangerous. Literally, Gmail. If you're a Gmail user, they've labeled us dangerous. Okay, because we tell the truth. So go to your spam folder, try to find us, and then drag us over to your inbox. You'll get an email from me. It's Clayton at redacted.inc is the email. So just look out for my email and then just verify your email. Just click on verify, and then Monday through Friday, you'll receive the newsletter first thing in the morning. But as we mentioned, tomorrow and Friday, we're taking 2 days off because we are tired. We need a little break. We've been working very hard, and she's not feeling well. She's getting sick. So
I don't know.
She's got a sore throat and she started coughing this afternoon, so she's not feeling well. And so we're going to take 2 days off to be with the family and just spend some time with the kids and make some turkey. And
I'm going to stay up late watching The Crown, you guys.
Yeah, we're going to watch The Crown. We're going to, I don't know.
So Clayton and I have been trying to work our way through The Crown, and I fall asleep halfway through every single time. And he's like, "Didn't you see that with this part?" I'm like, "No."
I love history.
So,
What season are you guys in?
We're in the most
Just out of
recent
curiosity.
season.
The current season, yeah.
Okay, because did it throw you for a loop, like when they all of a sudden switched characters when they went to the later year?
A little,
Like,
but they warned
I was
us.
so into Claire being
Yeah.
but I didn't get that warning. I never saw that. I was so into Claire as the queen, and then all of a sudden it was somebody different. It took me a while because it was almost like they had to reestablish the characters to me.
Yeah.
The woman who's playing her now.
We were following all the news because we were up on, like, following the news on Twitter all the time about this show. So we were all over this. So we knew that they were like, she's going to be taking over for her. We were following that. Yeah.
Yeah, the woman who's playing her now is
such a good
Imelda
show.
Staunton, who in my house is known as Dolores Umbridge
From Harry Potter.
And I was like, I can't like that actress. There's not going to be any way that I like Umbridge. And she's fabulous. I adore her. But also, my mother really used to buy tabloid magazines to see what Princess Di was wearing, and then she would sort of emulate her with her wardrobe. And so many of those outfits, my mom had something very similar. So this is Diana in her heyday, and I just want to look at it. I don't even care what I just want to look at her.
Well, I love it from the historic because I was a history major, so I like history period shows, from a time period. So I like that side of it. I'm fascinated about that stuff. Also, the palace intrigue and the intelligence state, like the deep state intelligence community.
Yes.
What is MI6 doing? Are they spying on her and all of
And
that
then
stuff?
the dirty tricks of all the journalists that go around her. So yeah, there's a lot there for us. This is one of the shows we can agree on.
And if you're somebody that's into film and stuff, like, it's just beautifully shot, it's beautifully acted, like, it's just every aspect of that show is just very well done.
Yeah, someone in the chat says, "What is The Crown? Where is it?" It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix show from like 5 years ago now. And so anyway.
It is in season 5.
And also, I'm trying to catch up on Unsolved Mysteries. I love Unsolved Mysteries, the show from the 80s. So Netflix now has the Unsolved Mysteries show. They're back with their newest season of that. So I've been going through that slowly. So when she falls asleep, I put that on until I can fall asleep. So we're going to catch up on some
Forensic
stuff.
Files. That's another